section right here going crazy. Everybody all back down. Everybody look. The first people I see when I come on stage. My front section going fucking crazy tonight. Showing so much love. Everybody in the middle, everybody up top. And of course, they really with the shits on the left side tonight. Left side, make some noise for yourself. Everybody in the middle, everybody up top, I love y'all. And last but not least, my right side going fucking crazy tonight. Make some noise for yourself, I appreciate you for real. Man. You know, I want to, first of all, I want to thank the city of Atlanta. We sold out this building 3 nights in a row, 17,000 people. My first show, I had 600 people at that bitch. So, I want you to make some noise for yourself. I appreciate it more than you'll ever understand. Thank you. I want to say to everybody on this tour, everybody, my band, my dancers, all my sound people, all the hard-working security people that work every night, the people inside the venues, I want to thank you for all your hard work. I appreciate it. I want to say to each and every fan in here, I want you to remember tonight. I want you to remember tonight because I'm not going to get a chance to go on stage and speak for a while. There's one thing I want you to remember. I want you to remember that despite what they try and tell us, when we go on Instagram or when we turn on the news about this country and how divided it is, I want you to look around tonight, look at the people next to you, realize that we got 17,000 people from all races, from all places, from all religions, and we having us a good motherfucking time tonight. I'm proud of y'all. Oh shit. Well look, Atlanta, I go by the name of Drizzy Drake in case you didn't know what you were watching tonight. I want to thank all the artists. I want to thank all the artists. I want to thank all the artists that came out and performed tonight. Oh shit. Oh my God. Hey, I want to thank all the artists that came out and performed tonight. Yeah. Hey, look, tour is over, but I promise you, it's nights like this that make me love what I do. After this, I promise you, I don't know how long it's gonna take me, but I'm gonna go work on the best album that you ever heard. I'm gonna come right back to Atlanta, I'm gonna perform that shit for y'all. Shout out my brother Roy Woods for holding me down for the whole tour. Shout out to my brothers, the Migos, everybody else that touched the stage tonight. Hey yo, Atlanta, we love y'all. OVO loves y'all. I go by the name of Drake. Get home safe. Good night!
As you just saw, that was like the closing remarks from Drizzy Drake as he just ended his Aubrey and the Migos tour. I just left like a couple hours ago, so my voice is pretty raspy. I wasn't screaming, but I definitely had a great time. I attended the Drake Migos concert. It was phenomenal, off the chain. I'm gonna get to more of it in a second. I believe I just witnessed history, to be honest with you. It was the last spot on the tour. Man, it was yeah. So what I want to do first before I get into Drake, because I do have some honest thoughts, and that's why I do the For the Ferros series. What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, Mr. TALIAFERRO. This is the For the Ferros series. I do this because it's fun. We talk about the culture. I give news stories all day or whatever, but this is fun. We talk about the culture, and y'all get to know me, the guy behind the stories. So let's start with the Migos, right? I go to this tour in Atlanta, Georgia. Obviously, that's the Migos' hometown. They from the north, that way. I go to this tour, and going into it, I believe the Migos are the biggest rap group of all time. It's a plethora of things why I believe that. And doing this tour, I did it in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, it just has a different impact with the culture. It's a special place for hip hop, probably because Atlanta has ran hip hop for maybe the last 10 to 15 years. And when you see the Migos perform live in Atlanta, you get it. You know, this is Atlanta's, this is their one. Because they've watched the Migos come from the ground up. Everybody remembers the mixtape circus with the Migos, kind of building their portfolio. And now look at them today. They're the biggest rap group in the world. What the Migos just did on tour with Drake is not easy, and everyone can't do it. It's not easy having enough records in the atmosphere. You know, Drake's demographic is crazy. Like I think I seen a kid that was 7 years old in the concert, and I saw someone who was like 57 years old in the concert as well. So you gotta be able to have joints that people know. It ain't as simple as the Migos, or it ain't as simple as Drake just going out and picking any street artist that's bubbling at the time. No. You gotta have some records that resonate with the people. I think because the Migos have been famous in the streets and in our community for so long, we take for granted just how big they are. But even how big they are, they barely make the cut to be able to tour with Drake, right? Like Bad and Bougie. These records that the Migos got, Hannah Montana, all these joints that they got, these records, thankful for these hooks. You better be thankful for these hooks, because these hooks are the reason why people know so much of the Migos catalog. They're able to go out and for a few minutes just perform straight hooks. And when I look at the Migos, I think, okay, they probably won't add too many more records to just their repertoire of hits. Right now, in my opinion, they got like probably 6 or 7 more joints they can add up throughout their career while they're in their prime. They're not gonna need much, man. Migos phenomenal. Quavo kind of carried the group in regards to, he did all the transitions. He was doing most of the talking. Offset and Takeoff just performed their records. Takeoff has no energy on stage. That dude be looking high as a kite on stage. Salute to Takeoff, though. I interviewed Takeoff earlier this year. Great dude. Offset had more energy than I thought. I didn't know Offset was bringing energy like that, but Quavo, obviously, he held it down for the group. The Migos, man, I get why they think they're the best rap group of all time. I get why they claim that title. Not even the best rap group. I get why they say they're the biggest group of all time. When you see it live in person, just understand how many hit records they've given us over the last 6 years. They've really made their ground in the last 6 years, just with hit records that resonate. I know they're not the most lyrical artists, but for some odd reason, we just love what they bring to the table. We love that catchy bullshit. And we've always respected and loved the Migos. Now, I want to swing over to Drake. First and foremost, I believe I just watched a historic tour. A historic tour stop. It was the last spot on the tour. Last date on the tour, period. No more makeup dates, no nothing. Like I said, third night in Atlanta, they sold out 3 nights, 17,000 people each night. So he did what? 3 nights in Atlanta. What'd he do? 7 nights in California. And then he did 4 nights at the Garden. That boy from the 6 is crazy, man. First and foremost, I think I just watched history, right? Drake brought out, and I'm not lying to you guys, I just left his performance. He brought out Young Jeezy, Trey Songz, Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Lil Yachty, Block Boy JB, and I mean the list goes on. I think Future, and Future was the last artist that he brought out. So that's 7 artists that he brought out. And the Migos they did bring out 21 and Yachty, but it's all Drake's tour, right? So 7 artists came out and performed. Future performed March Madness. Jeezy came out performing some classic joints. Block Boy and Drake did Look Alive. Drake and Trey Songz did Invented Sex. They ain't been on stage in years from what I was told together. Right? All this history taking place on the last night of the tour because Atlanta is so popping in the culture. Everyone's got a crib here, or everyone's working on an album or working on some movie, or Atlanta's easy accessible. Everybody's knows someone here. Everyone's here, so everyone's able to come out on each other's sets. I've been in Atlanta only for a few months, and that's the one thing I've noticed. Like, these concerts are crazy just with the amount of people who wants to come out on other people's sets. In regards to that boy from the 6, Aubrey Graham, man, he different on stage. The tour is set up like a basketball court, or was set up like a basketball court. They allow somebody to take a half-court shot. Again, the theme of it is, it's the Scorpion tour, but it's like a basketball court theme. He does the A side, which is the hip hop joints. So he does some of the hip hop stuff off the A side, which is pretty much what the A side is, a hip hop album. And then he does some of his retro A side stuff. Then he does the B side, which is the slower R&B joints that includes the Kiki, Do You Love Me, the Jaded record, and all that. Then he does some of the retro throwback old R&B joints that were atop the charts. And then like towards the end, it's just like a hit fest, right? Like it's just I'm talking about a mainstream hit fest. The Controllers, the One Dances of the world, like the I've been down so love it look like whatever, the Fake Love joint. Like it's a hit fest to end. He goes nice for what? Then God's Plan closes the show out. Listen, man, I had this conversation with someone earlier today. We got to start having those conversations about Drake being the greatest entertainer right now. Like right now. To me, that conversation starts when I got 3 people on my list: Beyonce, Bruno, and Drake in no particular order. The thing that makes it so crazy is I give Drake the disadvantage off the rip because Beyonce and Bruno dance. You got to give Beyonce and Bruno their credit because they dance, right? But Drake's control of the stage is so phenomenal. He's giving you motivational speeches throughout. Chicks were throwing bras on. Why did I do that like I got a bra or some shit? Chicks were throwing bras on stage. Drake, instead of like complaining, like saying don't throw nothing else on, he handled it well. He handled it well. Any adversity that the tour faced, if the mic went loud, he handled it like a G. He's an ultimate professional. I've seen Beyonce and Drake live in the last few months, and I might go see Bruno in a couple months as well, because I love greatness. I don't know if Drake's better than Beyonce on that stage, because again, she's singing and dancing, and Drake can't sing nowhere near what Beyonce can do. But I think he has the best control of the stage right now in the game. That ain't easy, bruh. They had a basketball court for the stage, and Drake was all around that bad boy, controlling and make sure during the R&B side, because a lot of people ain't like Scorpion. I would say probably is going to be on the bottom end of Drake's catalog, the B side. When he started to do the R&B joints on the B side of Scorpion, the crowd kind of dulls out. Only the fans know the R&B joints, and I was concerned that he had lost the crowd. A couple people starting to walk out. Somehow, some way, this dude was able to get that crowd back, turn it back up with more hits, and you just don't know how many hits this dude has until you go to a show. This dude's catalog is phenomenal. I didn't even realize that Drake been in the game over 10 years now. But when you look at that catalog, you think, damn, that makes sense. Just the amount of hits that this dude has given us over the years, and these are big time records at this point in his career. Like, think about it. Last project, Scorpion, that gave us 3 number ones. These were all moments in the culture. God's Plan, Nice for What, and the Kiki Do You Love Me joint, right? So I'm just saying, I want to pose this question to you guys. Greatest entertainer, where does Drake fit? If you have it, Drake, Beyonce, Bruno Mars, tell me the order of those 3. If you got someone else, please enter them in the conversation. I'm talking about on a mainstream level. We ain't talking about people who can go perform at no disrespect, to a 400, 500 seater. We talking about the big boys in the game. Drake just sold out arenas, and we obviously understand that Beyonce is doing stadiums, and Bruno Mars is somewhere in between arenas and stadiums, right? So I want to give credit to some of these phenomenal acts, and salute to Drizzy Drake. That was a hell of a show, bruh. Like, I don't know if Drake is the best rapper in the game. I think that ship has sailed after the ghostwriting allegations. In my humble opinion, I don't think he could be the best rapper, but he is sure as hell the biggest rapper. And I say that all due respect to Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Big Sean, Meek Mill, anybody else that gets busy. I say that in all due respect to them, but they just don't have the amount of crowd engagement that Drake can present to a show. And the reason why he can keep a crowd engaged to the level that he can is because it's all hit records. His show, every time this thing gets bigger, it's all hits. You got to compete with that. He ain't missing on a project. Like, I love Big Sean. My favorite rapper, Big Sean, right now at least. Big Sean missed with his last project. He had maybe one joint, you know, that he could add to his catalog. Kendrick had a phenomenal one, but project before that, I felt like he missed in regards to the mainstream, like just the mainstream appeal. I feel like Kendrick missed with his last project. Drake ain't missed with any album. Like, Drake has literally been as consistent as we've seen in artists. And honest to God truth, I don't know when this dude's run is gonna end. Like, Kendrick had Damn, and Damn had hit after hit after hit. But I feel like with To Pimp a Butterfly, he didn't have as many hit records off of it. Drake is giving you at least 3 hits. If you want to count Mob Ties as one, that's 4. I'm not even sure Mob Ties gonna make the cut in his catalog next tour. He's giving you 3 number ones. Only Kendrick is in that round, because Kendrick did do that with Damn, to be fair to Kendrick. But this dude is on another level in performance. And to even be considered in this conversation when he doesn't dance, that dude is an animal, bro. Congratulations to Drizzy Drake and the tour. Phenomenal. What I seen was phenomenal, man. And I talked about it with you guys because I'm a Drake stan. And y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment box below. What y'all think, though? Do y'all believe Drake is the best entertainer or is even in that conversation? I didn't say he was. I just said he controls the crowd better than anyone I've seen. And I want you guys to tell me what y'all think and give me a more direct answer. Don't be vagina like me. Answer the question. All right, and don't sugarcoat it. Thank y'all so much for the time, love, and support. I do not take it for granted. Aubrey and the Migos tour is complete. I'm super, I feel privileged to be able to see that tour the last night, be a part of that history and the culture. The biggest rapper in the world last night of his tour. And he brought out a lot of names. All right, thank y'all so much for the time, love, support. I don't take it for granted. I'm sick of these niggas. Hey, I'm sick of these bitches. Hey, I as well hell do what I'm gonna do but get rid of these niggas. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
I got the kids. They are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
TALIAFERRO.
Mr. TALIAFERRO. Shout out to Mr. TALIAFERRO.
You're watching Mr. TALIAFERRO TV.
Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.